Good day, good day, good day, good morning. Hey everyone, hey Love Nation. How y'all doing this morning? We got a powerful message. I'm excited to share this message with you all about fake friends and true haters. Wow. What y'all think about that? It's a powerful one. Fake friends and true haters. I think it's important to be aware of who your friends are and who those not so friends are. Good morning. Hey Don, how you doing? Yes. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Tracy. Good to see all of you, Love Nation. We're going to be reading from Addicted to Pain today for this message. This is really, it's a message of awareness. We need to be aware. Hey Dana, Donna, Natasha. Yes. We really need to be aware of our relationships and the truth. And so we're going to be talking about fake friends and true haters. We're actually going to be coming from we're going to read something on page 74. So if you're wondering, in Addicted to Pain. Oh, hi, Mom. Milan said, good morning, Moo. My niece. Hey, Jonte. Hey, Denise. Good day, good morning. Yes. Raymond said he'd rather have honest enemies than fake friends. Hey, that's something to really think about. So I want to encourage you guys to share this video and tag someone to this video. This is going to be a good video, another great video. Let's see. I'll go ahead and also post the link to the book. For those of you who are new watching, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We are doing the Toxic Love Detox Challenge. We are going from the book Addicted to Pain, Renew Your Mind and Heal Your Spirit from a Toxic Relationship in 30 Days. So grab your books. We're going to go ahead and get into this message. Fake friends and true haters. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book and then we're going to discuss this topic. So in the book on page 73, it says there are 4 types of people you will encounter in life. Some are true friends, people who will love and support you no matter what. Some are associates, people who love and support you under certain circumstances. Some are haters, people who will never love and support you regardless of what you do. And then there are spectators, people who do not love and support you, but would be willing to reconsider if under certain conditions. So really conditional love, or people who are just kind of standing back trying to feel you out, see if they like you or not. Here's what you need to realize. It's not always about how nice, kind, and friendly you are. Some people will never like you regardless of what you do. You can waste your time trying to be accepted and liked, but that's not your job. Learn how to pray for people, love them at a distance, and continue to live your life. Stop pondering why someone acts a certain way towards you. That's none of your business. Remember, never to take anything personally. No one will ever do something because of you. People do what they do because of their own realities and beliefs. It has nothing to do with you. Let's get into it. I touched on this a little bit last week. I've been touching on this a lot, like not taking things personally. And how another person feels about you, what they think about you, what they say about you, it has more to do with them and how you resonate with them and their own realities than it has to do with you and who you are. And so the reason why it's important that you not take things personally is because people will be people, and you cannot control or change or dictate how another person will be, what they will do, whether or not they will like you. You just got to be freely you. And as long as you keep your focus on your purpose, your goals, your dreams, and like we talked about last week, using discernment and knowing the difference when someone is being for you and when they're being against you, knowing how to tell where they're coming from. That's really important. Good morning, Auntie Quita. I just want to encourage you to think about that. Think about your relationships. And think about those who may, because there are people in your life that may be considered fake friends, where when they are around you, they appear to be loving and kind, but behind your back, when you're not around, they may be willing to talk bad about you or to judge you or to criticize you with other people. So this is why it's important to be aware, to use discernment. And if you have a relationship with someone who is constantly talking about somebody else, they're constantly talking about this other person, and they're always talking about people, but they never really talk about themselves and what their situation is, but they're always talking about somebody else, that's a clear sign that if you're telling them your stuff and your business and what's going on in your life and your relationships and what's going on with your job and your career and how you feel and how you down, what makes you think when they're not talking to you, when they're talking to their other friends, they're not going to talk about you? So it's just paying attention to people and their character. And really coming from a place of understanding, knowing that it's really not about you, it's really not about them being fake towards you, but that's just who they are. Accepting them as who they are, being aware of who they are, and not allowing yourself to get caught up into the drama of their life. Because I said this before, if you guys heard me say it the last, and another video, some people love drama. Some people enjoy issues and conflict. And that's just part of who they are. That's just something that they're dealing with. Maybe that's just the level they're on. And maybe that's where they are in their life, where they need healing. You don't want drama. If you don't want drama in your life, you got to be able to discern and recognize where they're coming from with that drama and distance yourself. So that's just touching a little bit on fake friends. Now let's talk about real haters. Because real haters will let you know up front they don't like you, and they will criticize you, and they will give you an attitude, and they will look at you funny, and they will say things about you, and they will make it very clear they don't want anything to do with you. And like some say, yes, that's true, misery loves company. But like some say, it's better to know and be aware, because they're out front about it, than to be deceived, right? Some of you would prefer to have a real hater or a true hater than a fake friend, because fake friends can be deceiving. So, but like I said, I think you need to look at it as the same, whether they are a fake friend or a true hater. People are people, and they are reflecting what's inside of them. So what's important is that you don't become focused on the other person that don't like you. Then make it really clear. Hey, that's not your business that they don't like you. That's their business. It's them that they don't like you. You have nothing to do with why and what's going on with them. But as you stay focused on what you need to do, protecting your peace, protecting your heart, being clear and focused on your goals, staying true to what you are called to do, you're not going to be influenced or bothered by whether or not another person likes you or don't, or whether they're showing you that they like you or don't. So in Luke 27:28, or Luke chapter 6, verse 27-28, it says, "But I say to you who hear, love your neighbor, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who spitefully use you." Now, I'm going to read that one more time. It's Luke 6:27-28. "But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who spitefully use you." Now, I've read this scripture, years and years, and I've heard many people say, "Oh, that's so hard. How do you love your enemies? How do you pray for those who mistreat you and spitefully use you? How do you bless those who curse you? How do you do that? That seems so hard. It seems so hard. It seems so hard when you take it personally. When you take what's going on with them and the fact that they hate you or they use you, or when you take those things personally, it's hard, because what happens is you internalize it and you feel like the action that they're doing and what they're doing towards you, you feel like that's part of you, and that's a reflection of you, when it's not. But when you look at individuals as separate, and regardless of how they feel, what you've done, their feeling and their actions has more to do with where they're coming from. Then you can look at them and say, you know what? You don't like me, or you're using me, or you're hateful towards me, or whatever, but I'm going to bless you. And you don't have to say that to them, but in your heart, because you're protecting your heart, I'm going to choose to bless you and not allow you to get to me. See, this is how you build thick skin, because you know that it's not about you, because you know that that person really don't know you or have a true connection with you, because if they did, they wouldn't even do you like that. But really, that person has their own issues. And listen, don't expect another person to love and be committed to you when they can't even love and be committed to themselves. They can't even love who they are. If they have a struggling issue with accepting and loving who they are, how can they give love? You can't give something you don't have. If you're empty of it, you can't give it. But you give love when you're filled with love. So as you love, you can give love. As you have love, you can give love. As you filled with love, you can give love. So don't expect someone who is struggling with low self-esteem, who has all of these different issues going on that they're needing to deal with in their life and get together. How can you expect them to really pour into you and to really come to you in a loving, pure way when they don't even have it, and sometimes don't even know what real love is and how to really experience it? So a lack of knowledge, a lack of knowing, and their level of healing. This is why it's important that we don't judge people and talk about people, because everyone is on their own level in life, and everyone has different seasons. And there are times, I'm sure, you can look back on your old self and say, man, back when I was doing this and I used to do that and I felt like this and I had an attitude and I act like that, I'm not that person anymore, right? Because you've elevated on another level. You're not where you used to be. But guess what? Somebody is where you were, and somebody is acting out, and they having attitude issues, and they're dealing with some things, and they don't know how to be loving and how to forgive and how to treat people well, because they're not there yet. So when you look at that and look at that person in that situation, like, you know what? They are at this level. This is where they are. This is where they know how to show how they feel, their emotions, their love. This is where they are right now. I am going to be understanding. I'm not going to expect this person to give me something they don't even have to give because they're lacking in love. How can I expect them to give me love? I'm gonna take responsibility and make sure I'm filled with love by pouring into myself, by doing the work, by meditating, by praying, by connecting with God, by elevating, by journaling, by going through my healing process, elevating in my life, making sure that I am filled up, because I'm not gonna put that responsibility on another person, but I'm going to take responsibility for my own life, my own love, my own healing, and not expect another person to do it for me. And so when you look at it that way, and you look at how they're treating you, and you look at how they're not fair, and they're not loving, they're not kind, and you see all of that, and you see how, you know, they're being a fake friend, or they're being a true hater, and you see them for where they are and where they are in their life, just become aware of who they are and where they are. Don't judge. Don't try to get on their level, on their energy, and lower yourself to where they are and get upset and bitter and angry, and then you have all of this unforgiveness. You got to protect your heart. You can't go there. You like, I'm on another level. I can't afford to even lower my standard, lower myself, my grace, my love that I have, my peace. I cannot afford to give that up. So I am going to elevate. I'm going to level up in who I am and just see this situation is. I'm going to see this situation for what it really is, and I am going to do better. And you just gotta make that decision. You gotta say, I'm not going to allow another person to dictate where I am or how I am and how I'm going to respond to them. I'm going to choose to respond the way I know that's best to respond for me. Because really, we're not here to compete with other people or try to be like no one else, but just to be a better us. Just focus on being a better you every day. Being a better you. Yes, leveling up. Being a better you. That's what your focus is. Your focus is not on that person, that relationship. Oh, we used to be so close. I've had relationships like that where it's like, oh, we were so close. We always was together, always talking. But sometimes in life, in seasons change, relationships change. You may outgrow friendships, and maybe they choose to stay at a certain place where they just enjoy being in that place where they can like talk about other people and complain and be negative and talk about other things, but you're leveling up and you're not into that anymore because you're growing. And it's okay to still love them and be kind to them, but you got to understand you're just not in that place, so you're not connecting like you used to. As you grow in life, as you elevate, you're going to see things don't connect all the way like they did on a certain level. And it doesn't mean you have to totally end the relationship. That's not always the case. But if it is the case, you would know. You would know what's best for you. It doesn't mean you always have to end the relationship. Sometimes it's just you got to be more understanding and not try to get that person to change. Because a lot of times when you're growing, you want to see them grow, and you're like trying to pull them up, and they like, no, I'm good where I am. You being accepting, getting to a place where you're like, I'm going to accept you for who you are. I'm going to accept the level that you are in your life. I'm not going to try to force you to be someone you're not, or to do something you're not ready to do, or elevate on a level. If you're not there yet, that's okay. I'm going to still love you for who you are, but I cannot allow you to hinder my growth. I'm going to continue to grow. While I'm growing, I'm going to be loving and understanding in your situation, in your case. And I'm not going to try to force you to be at a place where you're not ready to be. And that's how you not take things personally. You operate in a place of flow. You protect your peace. You protect your heart. And you don't get caught up with all the drama. Yes, you don't get caught up with all the drama. So we're in Addicted to Pain, and I'm posting the link now just in case you guys, for you that don't have the book. But this is what we're talking about today. In the book, we're page 74. Let's go ahead and say our affirmations. And the affirmation today... The affirmation today is, I love my haters and my friends. I love my haters and my friends. And even if you're struggling right now to do that, I want you to speak it. Because as you speak it, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. And you can speak life over your situation. You can begin to change some things spiritually around you and in your heart as you declare and speak things, even if you don't all the way feel it right now. This is a start. I love my haters and my friends. Type it in. I love my haters and my friends. And it's okay. Say it. Declare it. Because part of that love is coming from the love that's in you. So as you continue to work on you and love you and accept you, you are going to be able to love and accept people even more. But it starts with you. It starts internally. It starts with you working on you first. Yes, I love my haters and my friends. I love my haters and my friends. Speak it, declare it, walk in it. Today we're going to journal on page 75. Let me see one. Okay, I want you to journal. Actually, it's a question on page 76. It says, how can you display love towards your haters? How can you show others that you love them? How? How can you do that? You know, the Bible talks about, there's a scripture in the Bible, in the Old Testament that talks about, you know, if your enemy asks you for something to eat, give them. If they're cold, if they ask you for your coat, take your coat off your back, give it to them. And it talks about that. And I think about how a lot of times the people that do you wrong are the ones that really sometimes need you and need you the most. And so a lot of times I think about that, and I think about how, you know, even when people do you wrong, you can still walk in love, because that speaks, that you doing them right when they do you wrong, it speaks volumes. Like, you don't even have to say nothing. You don't even have to say, look at what you did. Look at how you did me. Look at that. Look at that. You don't even have to say those things. You can just show by your love that your love is unconditional and pure, and you have this deep love in you that even when you know you was done wrong and you recognize and you're aware of that, you can still turn around and do good. Now that's powerful. That's what I call leveling up. That's what I call, you know, knowing that is big. I mean, you're bigger than that pettiness, you know, but you're elevating on a higher level. So yes, I love my haters and my friends. So I just want to encourage you guys, read that whole chapter. Read that. That's really good. Send your questions, your prayers, if you have any prayer requests, all of that. I'm excited. We're getting through this challenge. We have a few more days, but we're getting through it. It's going really good. I'm glad that we're able to connect and really just encourage each other. So I just want to declare before we end, I just want to speak a declaration over your life. I declare that you will continue to elevate. I declare you elevating in your life. You are leveling up. You are rising and shining. And your love is just even more pure and deep and strong and lasting. And your love, you have a love of endurance. You have a love of grace, an unconditional love. And as God continues to give you revelation on how to function in your relationships and how to forgive and how to not take things personally, but to continue to rise above negativity, fake friends, true haters, you will continue to rise above it, because the wisdom that you have, the discernment that you have, the revelation that you have will keep your mind in a place of elevation. You will keep your mind on God. And as the word says, as you keep your mind stayed upon Jesus, he will keep you in perfect peace. And so even when things are going on around you and you know, people are showing you negative sides of who they are, you will be at peace, you will be at love, you will be at joy, because you will understand and know that it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not, what they're doing has nothing to do with you, and you don't take it personally. You know that it's something in them that's causing them to act and to function the way that they are. So you will continue to elevate, and that revelation, that awareness is going to grow stronger and stronger, and you're going to be able to see it in your relationships and the people you encounter, and that is going to put you on a whole different level. I mean, in your career, in your close relationships, in your health, in your life, it's just going to elevate you, because you're not going to be so focused on the negativity, and you're not going to let that stuff weigh you down. It's just going to bounce right off of you. And that's how it is. And you're going to walk with so much certainty, so much confidence and authority, and just knowing, and no fear at all, but so much love and grace and peace and courage, because you know that God has you, and he's showing you more and more how to elevate and how to level up in your life. I declare, I decree it, receive it in Jesus' name. Walk in it. Love your enemies, love your friends, love all people. Don't judge. Don't look down. Don't get caught up in all of that, because you're better than that and you're higher. Keep going higher. I love you, Love Nation. Have a blessed, prosperous day. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share the video, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Be blessed.